If you aren't getting the support from the Black media and Black community, what is your plan to grow and scale the user base?
So it's really community. We talk about celebrities all the time, and everybody says, how come this celebrity isn't on the platform or this celebrity isn't on the platform? And I say, celebrities don't make apps, communities do. And so Fanbase is an ever growing community. Now, every now and then apps will make mistakes. They'll make changes. X will do something. Clubhouse will do something. Instagram will do something. TikTok will do something that will alienate a user base, and we'll take advantage of that. But it's always community. Once you start building a community, and keep fostering the community and letting it grow, that's really what I'm focused on. I would love the attention, but those things come and go, those peaks and valleys. Platforms like this are actually more important to me than some of the like tabloid, opportunities like, that other people are on, but where people that are really interested in the information, that are really, dedicated to learning and understand about tech, and building community and stuff like that. This kind of platform is extremely important. And I've had the opportunity to be on all of these shows, InvestFest, everything. And I'm so appreciative of that. So it's just about community building. I want to keep continuing to build community. I want to thank you guys for always, letting me come on here and talk about this, because this is one of a kind. This is very, very different. I say this a lot. I say that, Fanbase is the most successful social media platform that's Black founded since Black Planet. And that was in the year 2000. It's 2023.
Yeah.
And I know that there are a bunch of smart, wealthy Black people that have existed between 2000 and 2023. So how come no one has done it? And I say that it is very, very hard. This is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. It looks easy until you really got to build technology, build community, and it's a whole different ballgame. Everybody will tell you what you should be doing. Well, you need to do this and you need to do that. Well, if that's the case, everybody would have built a social media platform by now, and it would have been easy to do. So this is something that I take very, very seriously, and I'm dedicated to.
If I can do a follow-up, what's been your greatest challenge in the last 5 years in building a brand and scaling it?
The fact that I'm associated with the brand, right? Before COVID, like the first year that Fanbase existed, I told no one that it existed. I didn't tell anybody that I actually had built a social media platform, because again, being Black, we got to prove ourselves. So I was like, I don't want to call up everybody that I know and say, download the app. Because as soon as I get in front of a VC, they're going to say, oh, you got 10,000 users, 20,000 users. How did you get those users? And I was like, well, I called my friends up and they were like, well, that's not real data. We need real users. So I let the platform grow to have, 10,000 users. And my plan was to always stay behind the scenes. Then COVID happened and then we couldn't move. And we really still needed to raise capital because I couldn't, $200,000 is a lot. I can't keep going. So we had to raise some capital. So when you do Reg CF equity crowdfunding, you actually are the spokesperson for your brand and what you're doing, which is a gift and a curse. And so sometimes people associate you with the brand, but it also means that you're investing in the founder. And so someone like me, if you see my work ethic, if you see the way that I take, how seriously I take Fanbase, how hard I work for it, that I'm dedicated. So my plan was to never be outside. I honestly had plans of having somebody else be CEO and really do the ghost in the machine like before. Yeah. It's too late, but things change, and and the world changed. We had George Floyd, and Black founders were more accepted, and there was a lot more dedication and commitment to helping the Black community. So I think things shifted, and it was an opportunity that I had to take advantage of at the time and say, look, I can't be behind the scenes. I have to raise this capital.
So you guys are the leading content monetization social media platform?
We are the ones that innovated the space. I don't know like everybody's numbers, but I know that from the perspective of removing limitations on how people monetize their content, Fanbase has no limitations. I talk about that. There is no shadow banning. There's no content suppression. It's a social network. You're allowed to be yourself. You can set a price point between $2.99 and $99 a month. And every single person on the planet with a smart phone has the ability to subscribe to you if they so choose for content you create. I always emphasize that Fanbase is free. So think of it as like any free social network, but then people want to put content behind paywalls and subscribe and monetize. And I think that concept is so new that people don't even really understand it. They really don't get it. It's like going from CDs to MP3s. It was like, what are we doing? We're not buying physical products anymore. It's like subscriptions are coming in a way that I don't think people really see. And I mean, for you guys and the businesses that you guys have, I would tell you, like the guy that's saying winter is coming in Game of Thrones, or the Afterlife, like subscriptions are coming. And the reason how I know this is I'm looking at the younger kids. I'm looking at, again, like Kai Cenat. I say this again, Kai Cenat is going to be a billionaire within 5 years. He's going to be worth $1 billion because he's building a subscriber base, people that pay month over month for the really creative, cool content that he makes. And in the middle are all these people these last 10 or 15 years that have been trying to get famous enough to get brand deals and big platforms for their metrics and their visibility, and then come pay me to post. Those days are over with. It's about going straight to the bag from person to person.
So how are you able to not? I mean, at some point you're going to have an algorithm that suppresses people's content, right? Right?
No.
How are you going to be able to not do that?
Great question.
The only thing that algorithms that are going to do are to be able to protect people from, I think algorithms are good to protect people from, like, protect kids from predators, right? Protect negative, like filter negative comments, things that might be viewed as homophobic or racially insensitive or racist or stuff like that. But other than that, no, I think algorithms exist to suppress content so platforms can make money. That's the only reason why your content is suppressed on social media. There's no reason why. Like Elon, like one thing that Elon did the other day, and I thought it was really amazing, right? And it should have woke people up. And when these things happened, was he went live on X and he was playing, I can't remember what game it was, but he had 1 million people watching him play live. 1 million people watching him play a video game live. How come everybody can't do that? The reason is because the advertising component that is built into social media platforms has to limit your visibility. So those brands don't see you with 1 million viewers and come up to you and say, look, post this commercial in between you playing your video game, $500,000, right? So they have to squish you down to force brands to come do business with them and not do business with you. That is the reason why content is suppressed. That's the only reason why. In Fanbase, like I said, if you wind up with 300 million followers on Fanbase, we are going to send your content to 300 million people, without a doubt. And we will always deliver the content to your following and then some, because we want that major visibility. And I actually saw Gary Vee talk about this. I saw Gary Vee in a video a couple of days talk about it. He goes, I think the platforms of the future are when people get like 1 trillion views on a video, like, 1 billion, like 2 billion views. And I'm like, that is the future, because it's possible now, but advertising is in the way of these companies that are 97% of Facebook's revenue comes from advertising. They can't just switch to subscriptions on a dime. So they still suppress your content. They still got to kind of keep you pressed down so they can build the metaverse and make this money. But again, if you're not disrupting, technology and trying to ruin a party for the people that are already on top, you're doing it wrong. So I'm definitely here to try to kick over some sandcastles and make some noise.